Welcome to this first video in the AI for non-technical CxOs course. And in this first one, we're just going to do a little level set. What is artificial intelligence? AI is a little tag that's being added to every single product and service that's out there. And it almost just becomes too much of a buzzword that it's too embarrassing for anyone to ask, sorry, what actually is it and how does it work? And so that's what we're going to cover in this little section. In non-technical terms, I want to get you to a position where you could explain AI to your parents, to a friend, to one of your children in non-technical terms. And to start to do that, we're going to think about human intelligence and how humans actually work. So I want you to imagine that tonight you need to cook a meal for your family. And so the first thing that you might do is take a look in your fridge. And you might want to go and have a look at what ingredients you've got in the fridge that you've got to work with. The second thing that you might do is look at your recipe books and wonder what recipes that you can work with using some of those ingredients. And then the third thing that you might use is your memory. So you might think about this wonderful paella dish that you ate the other day and think, oh, I really like that paella. That was amazing. So that's the first step. It's like, what have we got to work with? The second thing that you might do is then bring all of these disparate information sources together into your brain so that you can then work out, okay, right, what is it that I want to do? There's no point deciding you want to cook a paella if you haven't got any of the ingredients. You've got to bring it all together. And that allows you to infer what it is that you're going to cook for the family. And you decide that you're going to cook lovely spaghetti bolognese because that is what you've got, basically the recipe, the ingredients, and what you know you like. The fourth thing that would happen is that having cooked your meal and seen the faces of your family or your children, you'd then decide whether you're any good at cooking that and whether you would do it again. And that would feed back in to your memory the next time it comes around to deciding what to cook. So let's go through these different steps and what we've done here. The first thing we did was to perceive different sources of information. What's in the fridge, what's in the recipe book, what's in my memory, what have I enjoyed previously. The second thing we did was to synthesize all of that data so it comes together into our brain. The third thing we did was to infer what we should cook, and we decided to cook spaghetti bolognese. And then the fourth thing that happened was we learned so that we feed that back into the start of the system for the next time we decide to cook. Now, that is the four key words that you need to think about when you think about artificial intelligence: perceive, synthesize, infer, and then learn. So let's look at this in a technology scenario, and let's think about GPS, driving directions, which I'm sure you use, whether that's Google Maps, Apple Maps, or any other system. When you type in where you want to get to, the system, it understands the road network. It's got that baked into its platform. It understands your start and end destination because it knows where you are and it knows where you want to get to. And it also understands the traffic conditions because it is being fed information from all of the other phones that are out there on the network. So it takes these three things and it brings them together and it provides you with a route from A to B with a estimated time of arrival. So Oh, and then the other thing, the important bit, is that as you travel on that journey, if your travel gets disrupted or other people start getting delayed, it comes back in to the start here, and you've probably received those messages. We found a faster route. Do you want to accept? And that's because the system is constantly learning. So what were the 4 words that we talked about? Perceiving. So the GPS understands the road network, where you are, where you want to get to, and the traffic. It synthesizes that, brings it all together in its AI model, and then it infers the best route for you to get there and how long it's going to take. And then as you go on that journey, it learns either to update your journey or to infer what should happen to someone else that is setting off just after you to do a similar journey. So there we have artificial intelligence: perceive, synthesize, infer, and then learn. So in this short video, we've looked at how can you explain artificial intelligence to your family, to your friends, in non-technical terms. If you can talk about cooking and the process of cooking a meal, if you can talk about your driving directions and the process of how you'd go from A to B using Google Maps or Apple Maps, then you've got the core elements of what artificial intelligence is and how we can transform our organizations to feed a similar machine for our own business processes. In the next video, we're going to get into a little bit about how does doing something like this impact the economics and the organizational structure of your company. And I'll see you there.